You're trying to sneak into the dark labyrinths of the ancient pyramids in search of immortality. You open the puzzle lock on the door and hear a loud rattle. Everything around you begins to shake, and you see a huge door open. The room is full of gold and ancient scrolls. A large golden bowl falls right at your feet, but you kick it aside and move forward because you came here for a different purpose. Suddenly, you hear footsteps. You hide behind a pillar quickly, and you see a man appear from the depths of the room. You're scared because the old man looks just like a living mummy. His skin is dry and stretched over his skeleton. He drags his long hair behind him like a train of a dress, and he's smiling. The man invites you to sit next to him. It turns out that this old man is the last person of an ancient civilization that wanted to discover the secret of immortality. And they succeeded. 3,000 years ago, this tribe held their ritual. They danced around a fire and a huge cauldron. They caused a great storm with their dance. And a second later, a huge bolt of lightning struck the cauldron. There was a blue column of light for several minutes. During this time, the whole tribe continued to dance and sing. When the storm was over, the tribal leader came up to the cauldron. There were only a few drops left. He poured them into a flask and drank. The next second, his body started glowing, and he felt stronger than ever before. It was the elixir of immortality. This man had recently celebrated his 3,000th birthday. He received all the knowledge available to a man of his time. He wandered the world and taught other people, but then he strangely decided to lock himself in a pyramid and live in eternity alone. As a reward for your intelligence and dexterity, the old man gives you that very flask of elixir. You drink a few drops and feel a burning sensation spread all over your body. Your hands get tremendously powerful. The fire subsides, and from that moment on, you are immortal. There's one condition though. You'll live forever, but your body will age infinitely. One day, you'll turn into a skinny old man. You return home, and hundreds of journalists are waiting for you when you get off the plane. Flashing cameras, microphones. Now you're a real celebrity, and you have to decide how to spend your endless time on Earth. And while your body is young, you decide to do everything you were afraid of before. You spend the next 20 years of your life traveling the world. You've been to Everest, the highest mountain in the world. And you've been down into the Mariana Trench, the deepest place on Earth. You've surfed in Hawaii and skied in the Alps. You've even made it to the North Pole on a dog sled. Finally, you've been to the International Space Station as a tourist. You're not afraid of anything because you know you'll live forever. Now you look 40 years old. And when you go to a nightclub to dance till morning, everyone looks at you with amazement. But you feel so young. So it's time for some new hobbies. Breakdancing, why not? Oh, here's why. You do a stunning move and your bones crack like an old man's. That's because you're 50 years old now. It's time for a career change, and you decide that you need to acquire every single piece of knowledge that is available to humanity. It takes you 10 years to get an education at the world's best universities. You understand how the mechanism of our civilization works, and you manage it. And now, besides immortality, you have a huge fortune. But you look in the mirror and you don't feel happy. You begin to age. Your hair is no longer as silky as it used to be, and there are wrinkles all over your face. But 60 years is nothing compared to the infinity you have to live. So now, your goal is to find a way to extend the youthfulness of your body. To do that, you take out your microscope and start studying the aging process. Our body is like a huge puzzle of big blocks. Those blocks are the organs. They're made up of smaller blocks, which are tissues. They group together to form a functioning organ. All the tissues are made up of much smaller blocks, which are cells. When we're young, our cells are small and active. They keep multiplying and renewing. It keeps our tissues and organs as good as new. But as we age, the cells lose this ability. They multiply less actively, increase in size, and perform poorly. And like old car parts, they start to malfunction and break down, and you get the check engine light on. So you work in the lab to create a potion that will make your cells keep dividing and working. You've spent another 10 years of your life doing this. Now you look very old. But the results of your 10 years of work is a failure. Like other scientists, you've concluded that your cells lose the ability to regenerate at a certain age. They can no longer compensate for the damage that various factors do to us. It was for this reason that the 3,000-year-old chief of the ancient tribe decided to hide in the pyramid. He isolated himself from any outside damage so that his body wouldn't be exposed to any danger. Locking yourself up in a safe place seems like the only way out. The air in the pyramid has no harmful bacteria, but was so dry that it turned the old man's body into a real mummy. Your money could allow you to build quite a posh greenhouse, so the inside of your mansion is lined with airtight plastic sheeting to protect you from bacteria. Every piece of interior furniture is now in its own film. You'll also have to wear a sealed spacesuit on Earth with a tank of purified air. And most importantly, several helicopters lower a glass dome onto your house. Now this aquarium is your home forever. Literally, forever. All of your guests and employees in the house must also wear airtight suits so as not to infect you with anything. Oh, it's dinner time. A few tubes of food. It looks disappointing. The thing about food is that there are bacteria and germs in it. Usually our bodies fight them easily, and we enjoy a burger without thinking about the problems. But your body might not be able to handle it. So from now on, you have to eat only specially processed food. A couple of decades later, you'll only be eating nutritional solutions to keep your stomach out of danger. But you can still go out for a walk. For that, you'll need an airtight bubble with a wheel, like the one that hamsters play with. You can walk the streets and admire your hometown, which gradually begins to resemble a futuristic movie. Neon signs, flying cars, holograms, and robots everywhere. Hey, it's your 200th birthday, and your gift to yourself is a special flying vehicle in which you can travel around the world safely without touching anyone or anything. All this technology has made you feel young again, but your face is sad. It's all about your brain. It ages like the rest of your body, and our brain, like a computer, has a memory limit. All your busy life, all your surfing and skydiving, they're all recorded on that computer as video files. And there are too many of those files out there. And when you record a new event in your brain, it deletes something old and unnecessary from your memory. For example, the formula for finding the area of a trapezoid. Naturally, you want to expand your memory. You can insert an extra flash drive in your brain. That solves the problem for the next few decades. But your body continues to age. In the year 2300, you read the news about a scientific breakthrough. They've created a computer you can transfer your consciousness to. And now, that computer is in your house. But you're scared. Our identity is our memories and our thoughts. But if you transfer them to a computer, will you still be you? Or will it be just a copy of you? And then what happens to you as a person? Fear and hopelessness take over you. Immortality is both a great gift and a great burden. You're all alone. Your family and friends aren't here with you 200 years after you became immortal. All you have now is an abnormally old body. And you're kinda angry at yourself for being immortal.